Good morning, everyone. Today, Professor Amit Budhiraja is with us, Director Utopia Logistics, New Delhi. He will put some light on agri-exports procedures and logistics. Uh, sir, please start the session. Amit, sir?
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Majid, for the kind introduction. We have close to 76 participants, so I think it's the right time to start, and rest all will come in.
Yes, sir.
Good morning to all of you. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir. Actually, participants' mics are on mute.
उसको आप खोल उनको म्यूट अनम्यूट कर दें क्या?
Participants, please unmute. You can ask questions
अच्छा.
during this session, but please make
Okay.
sure that you will ask one by one and you will not disturb the sir
No,
during this
that's
session.
up to me. We'll keep it a bit interactive. The idea
Yes,
is,
sir. But better
as
if
a
you
host,
ask
you
one by one.
as a host, you have not muted them, no?
No, sir.
Perfect. Then it's okay.
They can mute and unmute on their behalf.
Okay, they can do it on their own. As a
Yes,
host, you
sir.
have not muted. Perfect,
No, sir.
perfect.
We
Okay,
can hear, sir.
wonderful. Am I audible to all of you, loud and clear?
Yes, yes.
Wonderful. So we will, rather than being a transmission, all of have seen your profile. All of you are professors from very reputed universities with a lot of experience of teaching. So I'm going to structure it not in a traditional fashion of transmitting an information from my side to you. I'm going to make it a process of collaborative learning, and whatever you know and whatever I know will try to come out and understand this subject. That is going to be the objective of the day, right? Now, the first thing I want to know from all of you, why do you think this topic of international trade with the perspective of agriculture is relevant to all of us? Can somebody comment on it? Feel free to interact. That's the objective of this session. Is whiteboard visible to all of you?
Sir,
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
sir, good morning.
objective is, yeah, agri-export, its relevance in international trade. What is your take on it?
Sir, actually, I think uh, we have
And
to generate the foreign currency.
okay,
First thing. Second
right,
thing, to expose our farmer community to international level, international markets.
okay,
Uh, these are some points to note it for the international exports, agri business.
okay. We are talking about
Yeah,
agri-business here.
yeah,
So
sir.
I'll introduce the word agri-export entrepreneurship here.
Yeah.
That is what you are trying to say. Anyone else? आप हिंदी इंग्लिश किसी में भी बोल सकते हैं. Anyone else?
Export. Mr. Manoj, are you saying
We
something? Or should I continue?
yeah. Yes. You can continue.
So I was saying, because of the relevant business opportunities in the first place. Second thing, we have something, our agri products are would create value in the international market as well. To export
Okay.
them
More business.
and
Yeah. Go ahead. Participants who are not speaking, they can put their mic on mute. Yeah. Yes. Continue.
yes, sir. The first one being the relevant business opportunities. Our products would
Perfect.
certainly create a value chain outside the country as well because of the
Okay.
variety of lands and variety of soils, and our products being not just of one typical type. We certainly
Right.
hold a upper hand in exports, and we can definitely dominate the international agri exports market.
Wonderful. Do you have any idea what is the current export volume or value that currently India has? India's current export, agri-export turnover, if I have to put it in a very non-technical language. Anyone? Okay. Has any one of you been teaching this subject in your universities to undergrad or postgrad students? No. So all of you are, this subject is absolutely new to all of you. That's what I presume now. I can see so many people logged in, but why people are not speaking, that's what I'm wondering. You have just logged in and doing rest of your work at home or office. That's what it seems, because there are 86 people logged in and I don't see people talking. Feel free to.
Sir, we don't.
It's not like
Sir,
that.
we don't.
Listening to you, sir.
Anji, feel free to speak in English, Hindi, whatever language you are comfortable in. Yeah.
I don't have much more idea. Therefore, I can't express my words.
Okay.
It's just export because my subject is somewhat different, and but we need this informations from you.
Perfect. Anyone else?
Hello, sir. I am audible.
Absolutely, you're audible.
Sir, according to me, agriculture export is in India is valuable because we have a lot of surplus production. Whatever our requirement is, we produce more than that, and to use that surplus production, we should export. We should exploit the international markets, so that we can have a better foreign exchange, or farmers should have a better platform to get better opportunities to sell their produce. And so these are the things which push up to export our.
What you're trying to say, we have now the thing that you have to observe here is your produce of international quality?
No, sir. Many times we fail the international standards, and that's why our produce are rejected from various. Likewise, from European Union, they reject our most of the produce. So we have to standardize or grade our product to that standard so that we can have a better export.
Perfect. Perfect. Anyone else would like to contribute?
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am, please.
So actually, in this COVID time, we feel everybody is turning vegetarian, especially in European countries and Middle East countries. They are preferring, and India is the one country where we can grow almost all the vegetables, fruits, everything. So last week we had this one workshop wherein they used to based on contract farming, they used to export bhindi and all to European countries, where they want 45 centimeter bindi and pest residue, this thing. So people are little getting aware of all these things, and the person who is doing contract farming, he is educating the farmers and asking them to harvest at that, so that it will be a very good remunerative plus continuous supply will be there, sir. Whether the market is up or down, it does not matter. The farmer will get his share continuously. Sir, you are sir, you are muted yourself.
Sir, you are muted yourself.
Okay. Okay. Now, if you observe here, the farmer is getting integrated into a global value chain this way. So quality of his produce will also become of a global standard. And this would result in enhancement of farmers' income. That is what his government is trying to achieve. They are trying to double the farmers' income.
Yes,
If
sir.
you see, the broader objective of the government will be achieved this way. Anyone else would like to comment? why our farmer should enter into exports. That is what we are discussing here for the people who have joined in late. Why for this conference this topic has been chosen? Yes.
Sir, actually, the farmers should get maximum earning, and
Right.
the thing is, unless and until the youth will not get attracted, because finally the money is the matter, and unless and until we are not seeing the getting money, the youth especially, they are going to some another fields. They will get attracted towards the such kind of business.
Okay. So that means to attract youth and farmer, we have to exhibit to them the potential of exports, the potential of income that exists in this area, right? That is one of the most important thing. Now, if you have to speak in terms of statistics here, if you look at the statistics here, I'll just rub this whiteboard. Now, if you look at the statistics, you will understand how big the opportunity is. See, the size of the world trade currently is close to $18 trillion, right? I'm talking to pre-COVID era, right? That is the size of the world trade. That means all of you understand WTO and WTO member country. India is part of it. So 164 WTO 4 member countries, the trade among themselves, which is $18 trillion. Now, if you look at India's export, is close to $300 billion, approximate figure. These are all approximate figures, right? They could be 250 to between 250 to $300 billion is India's export. So when we say that India's share is close to $1.7 billion. Now India's agri-export out of this is close to $30 billion. What does government want to achieve? Government want to double this in next few years. Government wants to double this in next few years and maybe take it to $100 billion in next few years. So what does that imply? What do you understand by this? What do you understand by this? Is it an opportunity
Yes,
for
you.
farmers and youngsters?
Absolutely, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. It's a big opportunity
It is a
for the
big
farmers.
opportunity. Yes, it is a big opportunity for the farmers. Only thing is they have to build their capacity in terms to understand how to export, what are the procedures related to exports. So all of you, since you come from variety of universities in India, whatever information you want to gather here, it's 2 hours, it's too little time to give you the information. Now what the government has done today, government has come out with agriculture export policy. Government is equally proactive and concerned. So government has come out with agriculture export policy. In this agriculture export policy, the main aim is to integrate farmers into the global value chains. That is the government's main objective. What will happen when a farmer will get integrated into the global value chain? What will happen? His export income will increase. So ultimately, to double farmers' income is one of the objective through exports. And it will increase the share of India's agri-export into the world market. Currently, it is close to 1.7 to 2%. The idea is to double this, to take it to 4%. So in the world trade, idea is to double it. For that particular objective, we have come out with agri-export policy. That is one of the more reasons. Has any one of you gone through ever agri-export policy? Have you heard of this document ever?
So maybe some mention in IBEF reports, but not as
Yeah.
in in detail.
Yeah, so you should actually go to Ministry of Agriculture site or the Ministry of Commerce site and download agriculture export policy, and all of you should at least once go through it, and you will realize how proactive and how concerned the government is about agri exports. The idea is to boost high value and value added agriculture export by focusing on perishables, to promote novel, indigenous, organic, ethnic, traditional, and non-traditional categories. They're trying to create an institutional mechanism, like people were talking about a lot of non-technical barriers and a lot of SPS issues that come out. So already that infrastructure is in place. Government is trying to expand that infrastructure. So aim is to bring India into top 5 exporters, agri exporters in the world in next few years. So for this, government has gone out with a lot of clusters also, agri clusters. Can somebody tell me how many agri clusters there are in India currently, which are focusing on exports? Because I see a lot of people come from Maharashtra. Anyone? They're spread all over India. They're spread all over India. Anyone? Like for banana, you have got Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kadapa, Anandpur. In Tamil Nadu, you have got Trichy and Theni. In Maharashtra, you have got Jalagaon and Kolhapur. In Gujarat, you have got Bharuch and Narmada. For mango, you have got Ratnagiri and Sindhugarh. These are the clusters government for different products that they have identified. For pineapple, you have got Thrissur in Kerala and East Khasi in Meghalaya and Kanchapur in Tripura. Similarly, if you go down to chilies, you have got Warangal in Telangana, Guntur in Andhra Pradesh, and you talk of tomato, you've got Rudrapur in Uttarachal. So similarly, government has identified these clusters, which are primarily focusing on exports. Right. So this is one of the very important aspect you have to look at it. And if I have to give you a little history of globalization, since most of you are not aware of what international trade or globalization is all about, so you would have heard nowadays a lot of term trade post-COVID or globalization 4. But what were antecedents to this? If you see historically, Britishers also used to come to India and buy a lot of spices. They used to buy a lot of stuff already from India, Britishers, Portugals. So everybody used to come and buy a lot of stuff. So how trade used to happen until that time? There were no passports, there were no immigrations, no standards. But people used to move around. Maritime was not so advanced at that particular time, but trade was still happening at that time. So that was an era which lasted till 1914. Then the second era from 1914 till 90, so you can say from Second World War till 1990, when most of the institutional framework came into existence for global trade. GATT got shape and many other institutions came into the place. Post 1990, WTO got into the place. China became member of WTO. India was the founding member of WTO. So all these things came into place. That was the third phase, which lasted till when? Which till lasted till recently, when we started talking about globalization 4 and COVID happened. So primarily, if you see, these are the 4 phases. Now, after the 4th phase, what has happened? Again, people are talking about localization, Brexit. Trump is talking about protecting local businesses. So countries are again putting a lot of anti-dumping duties to protect local businesses. Same India is also doing by protecting Indian industries by putting a lot of anti-dumping duties on China and goods coming in from China. So we have entered into another phase now, where again the protectionism is back and countries are trying to protect themselves. So in the light of this, where does India stand in agri exports and why a farmer needs to exports? Yes, somebody wants to say something? So in the light of this, your understanding of agri exports is very important. And you have seen the Indian government has come out with an agri-export policy with a clear target of $60 billion. This can only be achieved if we can take the learnings from the class, from such workshops like this to farmers And this can only be done when we interact with our students and encourage them to become agri-export entrepreneurs. So what, according to you, should be the process of understanding it? What should be the first key challenge you feel the farmer or an agri-export entrepreneur will be facing? If I have to divide the whole understanding the concept for you, you need to master commercial procedures, you need to master financial procedures, you need to be aware of regulatory procedures, and you need to be aware of logistics, international trade logistics, I would put it this way. So out of these four things, commercial, financial, regulatory, and logistics. So I have divided this agri-export procedures for all of you into four segments. So according to you, which segment should we focus first from the farmer's perspective or from the student's perspective when we go back to the classroom?
Regulatory, sir.
Regulatory.
Regulatory.
Oh, wonderful. So let's begin by understanding regulatory process. So according to you, in regulatory process, what could be the key challenges for a farmer? Or how should we facilitate process for him? Shall we take an example of starting an export company and trying to understand through it? Whiteboard
It's
is
a better
visible
way,
to
sir.
all of you? It's a
Yes,
better
sir.
way? Whiteboard is visible
Yes,
to
sir.
all of you?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful.
It's
Where
visible.
do you come from, sir? Which part of
I'm
India
from
are you?
Maharashtra. I'm from
Which place
Maharashtra,
in
sir.
Maharashtra?
It's a
Maharashtra, which place?
district Chandrapur, Vidarbha, Chandrapur district.
Vidarbha, Chandrapur district. So let's assume you have a farmer located in Chandrapur district
Yes, sir.
in Vidarbha. Okay, let's
Okay.
take that example. Vidarbha district. So what do you produce? What is the famous produce of
Uh,
your region?
it's a rice, sir. Rice dominant, sir.
Rice. Okay. Rice dominance. So let's try exporting rice.
Okay, sir.
And in the process of exporting rice, let us understand commercial, financial, regulatory, and logistic procedure. Is that okay with all of you? Can I have a yes or no
Yes,
from
yes,
some
sir.
more people?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wonderful. Now let's assume there is a farmer in the Chandrapur region. Let's call him Chandrapur. Let's name him Chandrapur itself. Let's call him. Let's call his company ABC Chandrapur. Right. Now this farmer has decided to export his produce of rice. This is Chandrapur. The nearest port to Chandrapur is Jawaharlal Nehru Port, Mumbai.
Yes.
Let us assume he's trying to export his rice to New York. And the final buyer, XYZ, is located in Washington, USA. Right? So the
Yes,
first
sir.
step for a farmer is to create an export enterprise. Or we can call it an export company. People who are not speaking can put the mic on mute. When you speak, you can unmute yourself. Right? Now, what type of enterprises can he create? Can somebody comment on this? This is easy. What type of enterprises can he create?
So either it can be a proprietorship, or we can form an LLP, or maybe I don't know.
Sir,
Okay, maybe a
farmer
private
producer
limited
company can,
company, maybe a
uh,
limited,
or it's a farmer producer company.
absolutely an FPO can also cooperative. Absolutely right. FPO is a farmer producer company. So we can create an FPO also for him. So let's assume we have created an FPO for him. So FPO would require minimum how many members?
10, sir.
10.
10 numbers, sir.
10. 10 numbers.
Yes, sir.
So let's assume in Chandrapur area in Vidarbha, these 10 farmers come together and create a FPO. FPO is a form, can we say FPO is a form of where everybody is an owner and it's everybody is a beneficiary? Would it be a right statement to say?
Everyone is beneficiary, sir. There, and it gets the
Everybody is a
equal
beneficiary?
part.
Yes. So everybody is a co-owner and everybody is a beneficiary. So we all have decided. Now we have seen here in first step, when he wants to start exporting, he has so many options available with him. If he wants to do it alone, he can create a proprietorship company. If he wants to do it with two people, he can have a partnership firm also, or an LLP also. If there are, and he can have a private limited company also, and he can have a limited company also. So there are a lot of such options available today, apart from just being an FPO option. If he wants to commercialize his
Okay.
operations, if you see Mahindra Agri, Reliance Agri, Bharti Agri, or LT Foods, there are so many rice exporters in India and other horticulture exporters. Even ITC Agri, right? They are all private limited or limited firms. So a farmer can graduate up to that level, and it is very simple. Now let's assume he has created an FPO. So after creating an FPO, what is the second step that he is supposed to take? See, what we have to do now is a collaborative process of learning. I can show you PPTs and all, but you will not end up learning. So what I'm doing is a step-by-step organic learning for you. So the things get registered with you.
Okay.
So what should be the second step after this? Like you need a driving license to export, driving license to drive a car. So similarly to export, you need an import-export
License.
license,
License.
right? Import-export code number we call it. So while in the process of learning the agri-export procedures, you will get exposed to all type of stakeholders that come into the picture. Now, where should he go to apply for a agri-export import-export code number? So Ministry of Commerce has a wing called DGFT, which facilitates export-import trade. Directorate General of Foreign Trade. Their job is to promote exports. They are headquartered in Delhi and they have regional offices all over India. They have got close to 32, 33 regional offices all over India. Maybe nearest to Chandrapur would be Pune. So they have an office all over for the purpose. But today, in today's environment, in the digitized world of today, you need not go to their office anymore. You can do these activities online. I'll just demonstrate it for you for learning process that how simple the government has made things today. Now, if you see here, it is very important important today to handhold students in agri colleges and farmers rather than just teaching definitions to them, because definitions they can pick up themselves. If we have to really make them participate in the global value chain and become an exporter. So once you go to the DGFT website, every process is online, everything is digitized. DGFT website, you go to services. Is my screen visible to all of you? Yes or no?
No, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Sir, there's a certain lag. If you can just proceed with at a reduced speed, that would be great.
Okay, I'll do that. Is it available? Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if you go to services, you will just see IEC profile management. Actually, Google has, Zoom doesn't have a lag. Google has a lag. That's what I have observed in last few months teaching online.
Yes, sir. Yes, it does.
Now, if you see, what is an IEC? An import export code number is a key business identification number, which is mandatory for exports from India or imports to India. No export or import shall be made by any person without obtaining an import export code number unless specifically exempted. So exempted class are Ministry of Agriculture and some ministries. They fall into a few NGOs. They fall into the exempted category who don't need an IEC. For services, if you are doing agri consulting services tomorrow as a professor, somebody wants you want to do a consulting project for a foreign firm that to do a potential export analysis of rice from Chandrapur region to USA. So that would fall under the category of agri export services. So we do a lot of such agri export consulting work for multinational and for foreign buyers. So that falls under the category of agri export services. So you don't need an IEC number when you are doing an agri export consulting services as a service provider. You only need it if you are trying to take and export incentive from the government. At that particular time, government wants you to apply for an IC number. Otherwise, you do not need an IC number. Now, post GST, what the government has done, your PAN number, which you get from the income tax department, is same as your IC number. If you see, consequent upon introduction of GST, IC being issued is same as the PAN number of the firm. So government is trying to harmonize, standardize, and synchronize things. So your IC number and the PAN number are same. Only difference is IC will be separately issued by DGFT based on application. So that is what we are doing. We are trying to apply for an IEC number online. Nature of firm for obtaining IEC is could be proprietor, partnership, LLP, limited, or trusts, or HUF or society. So we fall into the category of trust or society. So it says what are the prerequisite for applying an IEC. IEC may be applied on behalf of a firm. We have seen this category, which has a PAN number, and the company needs to have a bank account number. Now you see what all do you need? You need, and for an IC to apply an IC number, you have decided the name of your firm, your FPO, ABC. You have applied for a PAN number from the income tax department, which is as similar to applying this. Once you have done that, you are applying for an import export code number. That is also we are doing online. Now, if you see, once you have done that, you just have to go to apply for IEC. The process is so simple. It is just like creating a Google ID. Write your name, your password, and detail. And it doesn't cost you much. The fees is just 251 rupees, and you don't need anything. Within 24 hours, you get your IEC code number. It is as simple as this. And once you have done it, just you can go here, view your profile, and take a printout of your IEC from here. Simple. So government has made this work sitting in Chandrapur. A farmer himself or anybody who's slightly conversant with computer there, he can apply for an IC number. So do you think was it difficult or easy?
No, sir. It's a very easy.
It's very easy. So generally people end up hiring a lot of agents and consultants who do this job. It is not required. You have to just upload your FPO, your society agreement among all of you. You have to just upload one proof of your bank account by uploading a check, and you have to deposit online 251 rupees, and within 24 hours you will have your IC. Now, when we started about sorting out regulatory procedures, so we have got our IEC. Post IEC, what is the second step that we are supposed to do? We have got our PAN number also while applying for IEC. This we have got from income tax. This we have got from DGFT. Remember the stakeholders. I'll tell you the relevance of knowing each stakeholder. Then you have to apply for what? You have to apply for GST number. For an IC. Only thing is there you have to go to gstin.gov.in. Now you have basically met four primary requirements of starting an export firm. You have created a firm and you have got yourself registered from the registered with the government agencies. So let's write it here. ABC now has an IC, has a GST, has a PAN number. What else does it have? Does it require any other registration also? Yes or no?
So company registration.
There is something called export promotion councils. The government, what they have done to help here, only this the ABC got incorporated. Step we did, then we opened a current bank account. Once we have opened a current bank account, this company is an FPO. So we have opened an FPO here, opened a bank account. Post opening a bank account, we applied for a PAN. After applying for a PAN, we applied for an IC. After that, we applied for a GST. Clear? DGFT. This is CBIC. This is income tax. This is direct tax. This is indirect tax. This is Ministry of Commerce. Now another registration you need is a RCMC number. Registration cum membership. What government has done to help farmer get information, training, because whoever a touchstone of any international trade program is, has control on data. Whoever can structure a good compliance program, he is the winner ultimately in the process. All of you have to realize, right? So now this is, so which RCMC, can somebody tell me how many export promotion councils and commodity boards are there in India? You all are from agri background, so this is easy for you. Quick. See, try to understand what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to create you a strong compliance program or an export business plan, step by step, so that you won't forget it. Even if you guide somebody in your family, in your college, in your when you go to interact with farmers. If we don't do this, we'll not reach $60 billion. Can anybody tell me how many export promotion councils are there or commodity boards are there? Where can you get information about them? Simple, DG Ministry of Commerce website, you will get list of promotion councils that exist. Can you tell me for rice, which is the export promotion councils we should be concerned with?
EPIDA.
Relevant export promotion council, if we want to export, yes, APIDA would be the appropriate export promotion council that we need to work with. So what is the role exactly APIDA? How does APIDA help a farmer? Can somebody tell me?
So it checks quality parameters of the produce and give them certification so that they can give.
Why does a farmer?
Yes.
No, quality will be. No, no, no. Now, see, product quality we have not touched as of now.
So your voice is breaking.
Quality of rice that we are exporting, we have not reached that stage. At the moment in export procedure, we are trying to get all regulatory certifications done. So we have not that reached that stage. Can you hear? Or else there is a multi-product export promotion organization that exists, which is called FIO, Federation of Indian Export Organization. Is there any export
We're calling the resource person. I think he got disconnected. Welcome, sir. Welcome back.
Yes, there was some technical issue. So what I have done here now, I am logged in from two internet now. So even if the
That would
video
be great.
goes, my voice will not lose.
Okay, sir.
Right. So that's what I
Redundancy,
have
they
done
call
just.
it necessary.
Yeah, done. So what I have done, I'm logged on from two systems simultaneously.
You share the presentation, I guess, or you want to do it.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Just give me a second.
Sure, no problem.
Is my whiteboard visible to all of you?
Not. No,
No,
sir.
as of no, no,
Not
no.
yet. Okay.
There is an inherent small amount of delay when you start something and it gets shown to the audience.
Perfect. Okay, I'm audible otherwise to all of you.
Audible,
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
All of you have understood the basic procedure for registration, the regulatory requirement, the key 5 requirements as of now. Are all of you clear with it?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. Is whiteboard visible now?
Starting, sir. Yeah.
Now it's visible. Okay. So what do you think? A farmer can himself do these kind of registrations? Yes or no? Or does he need
Yes, sir. Farmers can do.
somebody else to do it?
Farmers can do it, but you need to continue all this procedure. You
Some
need some
comment
help,
from
sir.
someone? Not? He needs some
Yes,
help.
yes, sir. Farmer can do,
So
but
that
it
means
requires some technical assistance.
yes. All have observed till US, you would observe there are almost 40 types of document. Difficult. So as an academician, as an agriculture experts, we should write to the government that for the single window. At one place, he gets all these 5 validations done. Is such a possibility exist? Can we create such a framework?
Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Now audible, sir.
Okay. So do we need a single window system? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. We do need it.
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir.
Right. So as an agriculture academician, we should talk a lot about creating a single window system for farmer at a farmer level, at a tehsil level or a district level. This is very important if we want farmers to achieve a $60 billion kind of achieve. Because what happens when you have got so many multiple agencies, it results in something called transaction cost. And if we have to monetarily see this transaction cost, if we say India's current export is $300 billion, as per global report, the transaction and logistics cost is close to 10 to 15%. If I take it on the lower side, 10%, it is $30 billion. And if I take $1 billion with current exchange rate is 7,000 crores, $30 billion becomes 210,000 crores. So what is happening when you have such a high transaction cost? Your export competitiveness gets affected. So your export competitiveness goes down. So for this particular reason, the government has created for the first time an export in the Ministry of Commerce, a logistics division for the first time. Now we have a logistics division in the Ministry of Commerce for the first time. We have a special secretary logistics for the first time. So government is extremely concerned about these costs. We can only become export competitive if our transaction cost goes down, our shipping cost goes down, our logistics cost goes down. So all three factors are very, very, very important components if you want to enhance our exports. As till now, just in the regulatory process itself, you have seen a farmer has to take close to 6 to 7 registration from different places. He has to get himself registered at different places, which at a farmer level, all of you have realized is not something which is very easy or comfortable. Now, post regulatory challenges that farmer has met, what should be the second step after this? After the 4 steps that I told you, commercial, financial, regulatory, and logistics, what is the second aspect that farmer would like to understand?
I think, sir, commercial.
Okay, so we will go to the commercial side. In the commercial side, what a farmer would like to know, where he can export his rice, isn't it? That would be a farmer's major objective.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Where can he find buyers? Where all rice can get exported? If I may ask you these things, so what would your be answer? You put yourself in the farmer's shoes, and if I may ask you, what would your answer will be?
So I would need external help to figure out the markets where my product can get exported to.
Okay. So what are these external help or markets that you are talking about?
So maybe companies all over the world who do imports for their countries for different
So
products.
where does he get access to such information?
So, Commerce Ministry, sir.
Commerce Ministry, okay. So does Commerce Ministry have created some kind of facilitation process to help farmer get this information? Yes or no? See, I'm not going to talk about statistics and figure. All of you are great academicians and you can fish out. I'm going to talk about things which are not found in the books. Right? So tell me what.
So maybe to global marketplaces where...
Marketplaces, okay.
So with the rise in e-commerce, I think that is also one of the newest marketplace for...
Okay. Rise in e-commerce, you say that's one of the farmers' place. Okay. The first thing, since you have understood the concept of transaction cost, now you have requested to find out what are the commercial aspects of it. And in commercial aspect, we have to identify the potential export markets and potential buyers to begin with, and at what price he can sell his rice. Is that what we are looking at?
Right, sir. Yeah.
Okay, great. Now, I'll give you, and to fish this information, worldwide, there are 150 countries and every country has got its own language. We have to break this language barrier and harmonize things. If I may ask you here, what is the fundamental when you buy GST and GST code numbers, if you understand GST product code number, what are they based on? Whenever you buy anything from any shop, if you look at invoice, there is a number mentioned, numeric number mentioned for that product. Have you ever observed?
No,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir. There are
Not
certain numbers.
numbers is there, but not going in detail.
So what is that number? You have never observed. See, this is what happens when we we actually are oblivious to detail. The GSTN whole system is based on something called HSN codes, harmonized system of nomenclature. Every product has been given a numeric code to break the language barrier. Right? So first step for us is to find the numeric code for rice. In other terms, the HS code for rice. So how will you find that? Go to this website. Again, these are databases. Government website, we are not spending single rupees. And they are authentic information, which a farmer can use it. So we have gone to a Directorate General of Commercial Intelligence and Statistics. If you see on the right hand side bottom, you have got 8-digit commodity classification. Is it visible to all of you?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
You can even open these websites simultaneously on your system. Now, if I download 2017 commodity classification, what do you see here? Indian Trade Classification Harmonized System. This is divided into 21 sections and 98 chapters. 1 to 4 sections deal with agriculture. 1 to 24 chapters deal with agriculture products. Now you tell me for rice, which section will it fall under? We are not breaking the class now. I'll continue till 1 o'clock. So there will not be any class in the afternoon since the rhythm is there now. I hope it is okay with all of you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that you will have afternoon to yourself. So tell me quickly, which section will rice fall under?
I think it would be vegetable products.
Vegetable products. Do you all agree with him?
Mm.
So he says section 2.
Yes, rice is only suitable there.
Okay, we click section 2. That means it should fall under from chapter 6 to 14. Rice we are looking at. So now you can do simultaneously because there's a lag in the Google. We will move a little faster. If you can open the same on your screen and tell me which chapter it is and what is its 6-digit HS code number. Can somebody tell me quickly? What is the HS code number for rice? in ITC HS code number, Indian Trade Classification code number. See, showing all this information to you on PPT is very easy, but you will not know where the source is. Now in these chapters, where would rice fall under? Which chapter? Cereals, okay. So we are talking about chapter 10. Perfect. So the first 4 digit, 10, now you will see as the digit increases, talks about broader category. Now as we go down, ours is not, people who are not talking can put their mic on mute, please. So rice is, what is the 4-digit code for rice?
Six.
1006. So what type of rice are we exporting? Now see, when you try to export a product, you will get exact specification and exact number. Are we exporting parboiled rice or are we exporting basmati rice?
Basmati rice.
So let us assume we are exporting basmati rice.
Okay. So we are exporting basmati rice. So our ITC HS code will be what?
10063020.
Now our product has got a name. It is 10063020. Now for all data mining purposes, we will be using this number only. And in all government records, in all stakeholders, customs, GST, everywhere, this number will be used. And next time when you go to a hypermart or your nearby shop near your home and you buy a basmati rice, you will observe this number is written on the bill. Now, if you see heading 1006, 100630, 10063020, what is happening? Can somebody tell me what is happening as we move? We keep adding numbers in front of it. As the subgroups keep creating, what is happening?
So this product is very specified and unique. No other HS number would be like.
Wonderful. Globally, when we dig data, trade data, we do it at 6-digit level. That is 100630. Because this is 100630 are called national tariff lines, beyond which WTO has given flexibility to countries to have different numbers or any number ahead of it. US has got 10-digit. India follows an 8-digit now. Europe has got 14-digit. There could be multiple reasons to get so much information or at such granular level, because they want to be absolutely sure what product is being imported. It could be reason, could be supply chain security, bioterrorism, or any reason. Or they want to maintain absolute data with them so that they can apply tariffs or barriers accordingly, or they can do research accordingly. Are we all clear on this?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Now, our product has a name and we call it 100302. Now you want to know where it is being exported. Has government created some other mechanism for all of us to help to get the information? Yes, they have. So I'll show you a couple of them. See, we are doing everything free of cost, remember this. There is something called EIDB, Export Import Data Bank. So what are we looking at here? Exports. We are looking at commodity wise. We are looking for year, let's assume 2019-20. Can we specify the commodity at 2-digit level? Yes or no? Or 8-digit level?
So we can specify it at 8-digit level.
8-digit levels.
HS code. Wonderful. So let's write our HS code. What was it? Let me see whether you are there or not.
1006 3020.
One by one. 1006 30
20.
So we will see top 100 companies where this product gets exported. Let us see. It says no record found. Okay, let's reduce 2 digits and see if we get information now.
The second last digit is 20. You accidentally wrote 30.
Okay. So we have got 20. We have got here basmati rice. How much was it exported in 2018? Has there been increase or decline from 1819 to 1920?
So YOY decline.
Decline, sir.
Decline now. So you can tell farmer more confidently that there has been a decline. So what has been the share of rice in the world trade? Percentage share?
So 1.39.
Absolutely right. 1.39. Now imagine the scope we have. Are we one of the largest producer of rice in the world?
So certainly in the top 10.
Certainly in the top 10. Then why our share is just 1.39%? When you look at data, then you enjoy discussing on the topic. Because here you have the figures in $1 million, what we have exported. Whether our export was higher or our export was low. We have got this figure. So first information we are supposed to give farmer is this. Even for the articles or research papers that you want to write, this is how you can get the genuine information for. Now the second option we want to do is, we want to do commodity wise all countries. We want to know to which all country our products go to. That is the second step we have to supposed to tell. And then that is what farmer also want to know. So here it is. Now you tell me which is the top country where we export and which is the highest percentage growth country. I'll give you 2 minutes.
Australia, sir.
Australia. Okay. Let me go down a further.
It's Canada.
So Canada.
Now. Canada, sir.
Canada. Let's go down further. There is an option for top 20, 25 countries also. But I just wanted to show you.
Iran.
Right.
Iran, sir.
Iran. Iran is one of the largest importers of India basmati rice. Now, if you see UAE also, United Arab Emirates, and USA also, major importers, 144 and 146. So, how many countries is our rice being exported to?
So 155,
149,
156 pots.
156 countries. See the kind of potential actually. Problem is why our share is not so high, because this information is not reaching farmer. And you can export this. If you see right hand side on the Excel form, government gives you provision to export this. India's total trade you want country wise. Here it is. You will get country wise here. Or if you want top trading countries of the 25 countries with which India has trade, here it is. Which is the India's largest trading partner?
So US by far.
So do we have a trade balance, so positive or negative with US?
So positive.
With China, what do we have?
Negative trade. Importing more than we're exporting.
Yes, that is the reason government is trying to put anti-dumping duties on Chinese products, promote local manufacturing, so that this trade deficit can be met. Do you know what is the current trade deficit India has? We currently have approximately an export of $300 billion, and our import is close to $450 billion approximately, between 400 to 450 billion dollars. The exact figure you will get on this, because every month the press note is released. Here you can get country-wise percentage here. So now for a farmer, you can tell him which are the top, tell him the top countries, number of countries, share of his product. This was the most important thing in the commercial segment. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
How much time have we spent on this? 10 minutes?
Yes, sir. Hardly 10 minutes.
Hardly 10 minutes. It is that simple if you know where the information is. I'll take you to another Indian government portal. It is called India Trade Portal. I haven't Googled anything for any information. If you observe, I'm just going to the databases, which nobody can challenge. Now, as somebody was talking about quality parameters, so we'll try to explore them here. Okay. Now, if you go down here, this is specifically created for it. Now, if you say ITC HS code, we'll again type the same 100-63020. It says 6-digit only if you see. Fine. Ours is basmati rice. So we click export here. is 3020. Visible to all of you? I hope I'm not going too fast.
Yes, sir. Visible, sir.
Yes, sir, it is.
Great. Now I'm pressing next. See, we make all our presentations by taking data from here. So I have no intention of showing you a lot of PPTs. I just wanted to empower you with a lot of information. The first thing here is, can somebody put his mic on mute? Yes.
Done.
Okay. Because whenever you're speaking, just unmute. Okay. Now, which country are we trying to export? Which country have we shortlisted?
So Iran was our biggest buyer of basmati rice. So maybe we might look at a country which do not import much.
Okay. So you want Iran or USA?
Iran,
Definitely
sir.
USA.
US.
US, because we were doing research on USA in our whiteboard. Right. So what I have done, USA, and just press next. Now, what do you get the information here? What is visible on the screen now?
It's in codes of US.
Yes. So what is the difference now?
It's an extra 2 digits between, as in.
Now you realize why I was talking about.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now let's assume first it's semi-milled or wholly milled. The second is again semi-milled or wholly. So let's take for our purpose of learning first one. I press now. So what do you get here? First thing we need to know when we want to export any product, what is the export policy? What is the export policy related to Barasari? Export of basmati is allowed subject to registration of contracts with the PETA. Grain of rice to be shall be more than 6.1 mm of length. Export should only be through custom EDI ports. Policy says it is free to import. There are 3 categories for agri products. One is free, one is restricted, and one is prohibited. Restricted means you need to take license from DGDFT. Prohibited means you cannot export. That is the 3 categories you need to be aware of. So whenever a farmer is trying to export any product, he has to check whether currently in what category his products fall under. Like till 2 weeks back, there was a challenge with regard to rose onions. Government has banned them, prohibited them. Now they have again made them free. So that is how a farmer has to keep himself updated. Now this was the second portion where we got the insight into export policy angle also. Rest of the parameters of this portal I'll use little later. Now we have understood markets also, potential also. Is there any other way, global side, which can give me this information?
Sir, I don't think so.
Okay, you don't think so. Okay, what is WTO all about? We all are agri-experts. So what is WTO all about? World Trade Organization. What role do they play?
It coordinate the trades in all over the world.
Yes. So it makes sure it's a multilateral agency which makes sure it makes rules for all the countries to trade harmoniously, standardized in a standardized way, isn't it? So and their primary objective is that developing countries and least developed countries should participate more in the global trade. So they have also created number of such databases which are available to the farmers. One of them I am going to show you. It is called Trade Map. What is it talks about? Trade status for international business development. We are trying to develop our international business. Our firm is located in Chandrapur in Vidarbha, and we are trying to export rice. By now, we have registered our company. We have seen that there is a potential in US, Iran, and other parts of the world. We have realized that product is free to export. We have identified markets. We have identified countries. We have seen year-on-year trend. We have seen our percentage. If somebody can quickly create his ID here on his website, then the learning would be really very interesting. This site is free for the people from developing countries. For India, it is currently free. For developed country, if you try to access, you have to pay. It has information of approximately 220 countries, covering 300 products of the harmonized system. Now, if I go to exports here without logging in, single product, here it gives you an advantage. In case you don't know the HS code, it will give you the product description also. So you can find both through product description and both through HS code. Since we know the HS code of our product, so I'll type that. It is taking a little time in loading. Can somebody quickly create a login ID on their system?
Doing it, sir.
You have created it?
Just doing it. I've just opened the registration gateway.
It will, because if you face any difficulty, I want to sort that also. It is very simple. Just quickly do it. Then I want you to share your screen. But this is something I want you to do it once.
Sir, should I share my screen while trying to register it so that
yes, why not? Go ahead, share your screen.
So if Majid sir can allow me to share my screen.
I think you should be able to do it because I have also accessed from 2 systems now.
Sure, you can do it. Sure. Share the screen directly. You can share it.
Please let me know when my screen is visible.
Absolutely. Rest of the participants also, hope you are there with us. Ronak is trying to share his. Great.
Shared, sir.
It's visible. It's visible.
Yes.
Please.
It's visible.
Visible. It's visible. Yes, registered. Now, if you see on right hand side, there are 7 different types of maps. I am only able to assist you currently because of the time constraint of one map. But whenever you have time, you should see all the maps. And single registration is required. Because if you realize by now, we know the export, we still don't know the export price of rice. At per kilo or per metric ton, what is the price of rice? And we are trying to tell that to farmer.
So where should I proceed? As in
go to the home page. You have activated your email ID from here.
Right, sir. I've done that.
Yeah. Go to the home page. One which I was sharing.
I think just.
Yes, here it is. Go to exports now. Second tab. Yes, exports. Login first. Type the HS code.
Which tab should I click on? Trade indicators.
Yes. Now you click on trade indicators. You can even put country USA. Now what information is available to you?
See list country wise where rice is being exported at what capacity, in what tons.
Yes.
What was the
So
annual
tell me.
growth?
Now tell me, from 2015 till 2020, was there increase or decrease? Now you've got a broader view.
Yes, sir. Go to US.
Rest of the class, are you able to follow? Can I have few yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Which country gives us the best price for our basmati rice?
Which country use best price?
See,
Sir,
these are
I'm
the
unable to
questions that
decipher.
farmer or students want to know.
Yes, sir.
Now you have to filter data and quickly tell me.
Sir, I'll figure it by country.
Okay.
By market. Sir, I clicked on this prices tab.
Right. Now it has gone to market price info.
So US is the
What
US
price?
gives us the second highest price.
So what?
$590 if I'm
per $590 per metric ton.
per metric ton.
That means for 1,000 kilos.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The scale is there. Yeah.
Right. And which is how much is the variance between the best price?
So the variance was given here. The average is 554. The lowest is 400, and the
Right. Which country gives the lowest realization?
I'm a bit confused about this market.
Pakistan.
Okay.
Brazil.
Okay.
Chile.
Now see the questions like, what is the total value of rice exported? What is the total tons of rice exported? Which are the largest importer of rice? What is the unit value per USD? Which are the three largest importers? Which are the three largest countries? Is India a net importer or exporter? National tariff line data segregation. Which is the most attractive market in unit value terms? All these questions you are able to answer now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So this is how the data is analyzed. Generally, I have a very limited time. Otherwise, I have made you to explore this data bank at great length. But I'm giving you an overview because I know all of you are brilliant and you would be able to expand. Now there are close to 5 different maps that you get here. Can somebody put its mic on mute, please? Yes, thank you. Other data that you get is market access map, investment map, sustainability map, trade competitiveness map, procurement map, export potential map, market price information, rules of origin facilitator. So Ronak, just with this single ID, you will be able to access all these 7-8 databases. So you will come to
So
know
that
on
is
the
really wonderful.
right. And if you ever this site is down, you can go to another website called Comtrade. Just put that on your system. COMTRAD.
Am I spelling it right?
Yeah. COMTRAD. UN Comtrade. If ever one database global is down, you can use this. They are all authentic, relevant. You can use them for your publications. Is that clear? Wonderful.
Yes, sir.
Now you type another one. There is I'll explore you another Indian government. Just type export import dashboard. Ministry of Commerce. Yes, click on this. Now using this, establish the information, because I always say correlating the information is very important. Now we have got basmati rice information from 4 databases. Now try using this database to get this information. This is the latest database government has created. Go to exports on the top. This is a very little heavy, so it will work little slow. Yes, Ronak, any challenge?
Sorry, what, sir?
Any change in fishing information?
Yes, sir. It is taking some time.
Yes. Just it is little hand. Is rest of the class is with us?
Yes, sir. We are with you.
Yes, sir.
So are you finding it difficult or easy?
Yes, sir.
It's a very easy.
Yeah. So export is, if you understand the correct organic process, it is very easy. But not many people know it, so they all feel it is very difficult. I've almost spent 20-25 years doing this, helping farmers at ground level. Okay, Ronak, I think only 15 minutes are left. So let's leave this at the moment. So all of you would be able to explore it. So don't disconnect. I want now you to work so that all of you feel you can do it. Open Indian Trade Portal.
Okay.
So what we have done, we have conquered the biggest difficulties that a farmer faces. That is identifying market, identifying buyer, know the price of its product, export price, registration with all the relevant authorities. We have relevant authorities. Then export policy. Close the pop-up, Ronak. Yes. Can some participant put their mic on mute, please? Yes, thank you. Ronak, type the HS code here. Where it says product search, yes. 10063020.
6
Hmm?
It's only 6 digits, sir.
To put 6 digit.
Yes.
Right. Now, once you have selected here, press next. Export, go to export. No, on the product that we are trying to export. Then select country.
So on this page?
Yes, on this page. Okay. Select basmati rice. Top number one on the top. Press exports. Just export. Go to the export tab.
Yes.
Now you've got the next. Now you press on the last one. 10063020.
Yes, sir.
You have done that. Now you press USA.
Okay.
Done that?
Yes.
Press next.
So the
Take
first
the
one.
top one. Yeah, first one. Next. Now you have reached this stage. Now the farmer will ask you, do I get any export incentive for exports? I make so much of efforts. Yes. So one place, why have I brought you here? Go on the top, below tariff. You see export policy. A tab called export policy. Don't click on this. Okay. This is, we have seen the rice is allowed to export. Now, next tab, if you see, it is written duty drawback. What is duty drawback? It is a kind of an export incentive that a government gives to a farmer. It is a refund of all duties and taxes that a farmer has paid in producing rice. He has bought fertilizers, he has paid GST, he has bought other agri input product, he has paid GST. So a refund of all the taxes that has been paid in producing good is called duty drawback. Now click on duty draw. On basmati rice, what is the duty draw we are eligible for?
Rupees 20.
Rupees 20 per metric ton. Clear? So chapter 3, 4 and 5, they talk about export incentives. Objective of, put your mic on mute, please. Please, participants, mic on mute. The objective of these schemes is to provide rewards to exporters to offset infrastructural inefficiencies and associated cost involved, and to provide exporters a level playing field. That is what we have seen during our journey, the challenges it faces. So there are one of the schemes we have observed is duty drawback scheme. There is another scheme called exports from India scheme, under which there is something called merchandise export from India scheme, MEIS. Here you get this reward in the form of duty scrapes, which are freely sellable in the open market. Again, it offsets all the inefficiencies that exist in the systems. Now we have seen for duty drawback, we are entitled for duty 20%. So how much am I entitled for MEIS? Go back, Ronak. Now you see the second tab. What does it says? MEIS. Can you see after duty drawback, fourth one? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. MEIS.
Right? MEIS. Are we eligible for it?
Able.
Not available, right? There is another scheme which as government has come out with. Now you have to tell me, are we eligible for that or not? That is not updated in this software now. This scheme is called ROSCTEL, Rebate of State and Central Taxes and Levies. It is an export incentive scheme in the form of transferable and sellable duties credits scheme. So you have to quickly tell me whether ROSCTL is available for RISE or not. Now, since I have told you so much, let me see how much you have absorbed. Is it there for RISE or it is not there for RISE? Very nice, Ronak. You have now really mastered this. You have to find the product list, or you have to understand the concept of this game. Or it is not eligible for agri products. See, MEIS has been categorically replaced by these schemes. That is what I was trying to show you. At times, websites and information doesn't give you actual information. So you have to be, international trade is absolutely dynamic. So you should know what information you should be able to access. So you should check ROCTL has replaced which export incentive scheme. See, there are types of export incentives fall into the category of duty exemption and duty remission schemes. Duty exemptions are advance authorization and DFIA. Duty remissions are duty drawback. Suppose a rice farmer, FPO, wants to import a soft tech machinery. So he can use an export incentive scheme called EPCG. Chapter 3, 4 and 5 of Foreign Trade Policy talks about all types of export incentives. Chapter 3, 4 and 5. They all talk about export incentives always. Remember this. Chapter 3, 4 and 5. So Foreign Trade Policy is available on Ministry of Commerce website. The current applicable Foreign Trade Policy is 2015-20. It is issued for 5 years. So we currently have Foreign Trade Policy prevalent is 2015-20 with latest amendments which has come in last month. They keep on updating it. So it is very important for you to at times to know what is valid. So that's the reason it is very important to go to the government website. Conceptual level clearance is very good, is very important. If your foundation is absolutely clear, then you would be able to help farmers, your students, in whatever way you want. I only have 2 minutes left. Now I open this for any questions if you have. This topic is very close to my heart. I can go till evening tomorrow. I can go on endlessly. But have you been able to understand the concept? Are there any doubts remaining? You have my email and phone number with you. Feel free to connect with me anytime that you want. Now I'm opening up the session for questions. Is all the procedure of setting up a company and going abroad is clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Clear to some extent, sir.
I can't hear you. Hello. Is it clear to all of you?
Yes, your voice is clear.
Yes. Okay. Anyone has any questions? I'm sorry I went straight for 2 hours without giving you a break. Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Anyone has any questions, please?
Yes. Yes, I want to one questions.
Yes.
If I am the beginner in this subject, then where I should start, or what I should refer?
Refer to Foreign Trade Policy. Read Foreign Trade Policy and Agri-Export Policy. Agri-Export
These are the
Policy and
basic.
Foreign Trade Policy.
First, I refer all
Bible
these.
of the. First, begin with Agri-Export Policy, Foreign Trade Policy,
and Foreign Trade.
Then Handbook of Procedure, Volume 1 and Volume 2. All are available in ebook of procedure, Volume 1 and Volume 2. All are available free of cost on Ministry of Commerce website and DGFT website in ebook format.
Okay, sir.
Anyone
Sir,
else?
I have a question.
Yes, please, Divyanshu.
Sir, what are the minimum standards of agriculture?
Divyansh, agriculture product standards vary from country to country. our products have been getting rejected. So you understand the concept of MRL, maximum residue level, the maximum level of pesticide that are permitted. So every country has got different MRL levels, right? Every country has got different MRL levels for the products. So there is a list of MRL levels available on the website. Once you go on the same India Trade portal, it gives you product wise MRL levels also. Then there is an SPS
sir.
to
Thank you, sir.
TBT database available on WTO website. That is also you can use to get an access to.
Okay, sir.
Otherwise, go to plant quarantine website and EIC website. You will get an information from there also. Have I made myself clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Otherwise, you have my mail ID. Just send me a mail. I'll send you a lot of links from where you will get all the SPS databases.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Any more questions?
Yeah. Any questions?
Or shall we close the session?
If there are any questions, please ask now. Otherwise, we would consider the session to be over.
Thank you, all of you.
Sir,
yes.
Yeah, thank you, sir. On behalf of the NADCL and the organizing committee, I would want to thank you for this wonderful interactive session. It was such a pleasure, and the interaction was very nice. Thank you, sir. Thanks for being with us. Thank you on behalf of participants as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Participants, both of the sessions are done for today. We may join back tomorrow for these. Tomorrow is the assignment, and day after tomorrow is the session at 11 a.m. Thank you. Thank you all. Today's sessions are over. We may all leave. Today's sessions are over.